Hello and welcome to another video. So for today we are doing my 24 in 48 readathon. So this is one of my prompts for this month. I need to do a 24 in 48. So I have to say that during these 48 hours I'm much more loose with basically reading. Like, I basically spend these 12 hours today and 12 hours tomorrow with trying to read as much as possible. However, I'm not super strict with actually reading for 12 hours just because I feel like for me that's just not something that I do. And yeah, so I'm going to do my best and try and finish off as much as I can during these 24 hours, but 12 hours today and 12 hours tomorrow. So I have been up for 6 hours. So I basically started the clock as I woke up, pretty much. Not like as I woke up, because that's, but yeah, I will try and do as much reading as I can for these next 6-ish hours. I have already finished a book. So I have finished The Infinite Sea, which is the second book in the 5th Wave series, and this is on my TBR. So this is on my TBR for a sci-fi. So this is a sci-fi. So the 5th Wave is basically following. In the first book, we are basically starting off with this massive spaceship that comes in and just hovers over Earth. Basically what happens after that is that there are 4 waves that happens during kind of short enough span. So we are following mostly the Sullivan family. So Cassie is the main one that we are in, let's call it, in the head of. And then basically the 5th wave starts, and in the beginning they don't know what the 5th wave is. We learn that during the 5th wave. Just so yeah, we are mostly following Cassie, but we are also following, I don't know if we are in the head of Ben. I don't fully remember in the first one, but basically what happens is that the Sullivan family, except the mother, they walk to this campsite, and basically their things happened, and we basically kind of get to start with this whole thing. So I don't really know, I don't know how I feel about this. I've tried reading this for like, I don't know how many times. Probably I've tried starting it like 4 or 5 times, stopped it every single time. So now I just sat down and got it as an audiobook. And I will do the third book as an audiobook, because I don't fully love this. I really like the 5th wave. I love Evan Walker. If you have read it, you will know who Evan Walker is. I really like Evan Walker and Cassie together, but I just feel like this one, I just felt like it was a lot of fighting in this. Like, not fighting, but they were fighting to, like, yelling and not being totally happy towards each other. I just felt like, I mean, yes, they are teenagers, and I do understand that it's a really pressuring thing that is happening. And yeah, I just didn't fully love it. And yeah, so I think I'm going to give this like a 3.5. Just because I liked it. It wasn't anything wrong with it, but I just felt like it was slow until we got like halfway, and then it was more interesting. But I have to also say that I was a little confused at times, just and I think that is because the audiobook had only one narrator, but there were like multiple parts in this where we are following different people, and I got a little confused with just having the same voice for like the different people that we were following. And I think that was kind of one thing that I didn't fully love about it. But I'm interested enough that I will continue on with this, you know. I will read the Last Star to get like the full story on what happens. Now I am going to say, I do know one thing that will happen in the last book, and the thing that I'm going to say is Allegiant. I'm just gonna say that, and if you have read Allegiant in the Divergent series, you know what will happen. And I am really afraid because I know that I didn't like Allegiant, and the thing that happened at the end, I know that I didn't like that, and I don't know if I will like it in this either. So yeah, I don't know. I just find it really difficult to like this. I mean, I loved a lot of dystopians, but this one is not my favorite. And yeah, I don't think once I have finished this series, I don't think I ever will kind of read this again. That's where we're going today. So don't know what will be the next book that I am picking up. I have yet to decide that, but I really need to pick up something. So yeah, I have not fully decided on that yet, but let's just figure that out later. We are 12 hours in and I finished 4 books. So I think I talked about Infinite Sea, that I gave that 3.5. So then I went over to We'll Always Have Summer, and this is the 3rd book in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. Let's just call it that so everyone knows. It's called Summer, but everyone knows if I say The Summer I Turned Pretty. I give this 1 star. It took like, I think 30 minutes at my listening speed before I really started to hate this book, just because I feel like the characters in this wasn't themselves. I know that it has been 2 years since It's Not Summer Without You, but the thing is, I just feel like the sweet Jeremiah that everyone is rooting for, not everyone, but a lot of people are rooting for, basically he's no longer there. And I didn't like that. I didn't like it. It was, I don't really know, he just wasn't the same Jeremiah that I feel like we have seen during these 2 books, the 2 like previous books. And then it was just a lot of back and forth. To be honest, it was just so much back and forth. I just feel like that is just, I just didn't like it. I mean, I already knew kind of a few things that were going to happen, and it just, yeah, didn't like it. 1 star. Super happy that I'm done with this series at this point. Then I finished Elixir, which is the 3.5 in the Covenant series. So we are in, is it in Aiden's perspective, kind of in between the 3rd and the 4th book. Just because this month I am going to read Apollyon, which is the 4th book, and I needed to finish this one off before, and it's fine. I don't really know how to explain the Covenant, the first one. I don't really know how to explain it. So yeah, but it's this paranormal romance in this school setting where you have these half-bloods and whole-bloods. The first one is half-blood, and then, you know, just you have this half-blood that basically goes to this school. It's about her. So yeah. And then the last one that you will have seen me basically being into is Before, and this is the 5th book in the After series, and I gave this 1 star. And I mean, the reason, one of the reasons was that you got like 10 chapters that were new, that you haven't like read before, but then you kind of got not the entire, but like a lot of snippets in the After series in Harden's perspective. And you'll know that I don't particularly love this series, but this one I just felt like I just don't want to be in the head of Harden, because I don't like him because of how he is, how shitty decisions he makes, how shitty he is. And I just feel like we also got a few different perspectives, but I just felt like we got kind of they were trying to excuse him, let's call it that. Yeah, I just feel like this basically took up all the bad perspectives of Harden. feel like that's what, yeah. So 1 star, didn't like it. I mean, can we just say, after having been the best ride, I mean, after was a 3 stars, I have read it before. If I read it for the first time, probably would have been like a 2. After we collided, got a 2 stars. Then after we fell, got a 1. And after Ever Happy, also a 1. So I felt like this one just went extremely downhill, and yeah, just not. I sort of kind of feel like I don't want to read this anymore. Good. Great that this series is done. So that was all that I have read today. I will pick it up again tomorrow. So I've not been good at like vlogging in this vlog. I think I have a few clips here and there, but nothing much. So I only finished 1 book, and then I have started another one. I finished Anne of Avonlea, and this is the 2nd book in the Anne of Green Gables series, and we are following Anne Shirley, and she is basically adopted by this family and is kind of following her, let's call it, everyday life. I give it 4 stars. I really like this series. It's really good. It's definitely, it's not like a new favorite one, but I think I am, you know, I am a little bit, let's call it, too old for this, but I'm still really enjoying it. The second thing that I have started this, and that is the Red Rest, and this is the 3rd book in a Norwegian series called Harry Hole, and we are following Harry in the series, and he is a detective. And I feel like this is one of the like most known series here in Norway. So yeah, we have a few other ones, but I feel like this is one that if you read books, you probably have heard about this here in Norway. So I started it. Now the thing with this one is that I listen to it in Norwegian because I am obviously Norwegian, and this is originally written in Norwegian. So I'm listening to it in Norwegian, and then I need to slow down. I can listen to like English really fast, but I can't listen to Norwegian as fast, just because if there's anything that is happening around, I get distracted. And if I am doing something else, it gets, for me, it's really difficult to kind of focus on when someone is talking Norwegian and I am doing something completely different. It's, yeah, it's a little weird how I am about this, but it's, I have to say, it's overall really good series. So far I have not given anyone 5 stars yet. I think I've given both 3 stars because they are okay. I do know that the series will get better as it continues on. At least some say that. Some people I don't think love it, but yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this series. I am currently listening to that a little slower than if I listen to it in English, but that would kind of be weird. It's kind of where we are at. The 24 hours in 48, like 2 days, it's over. I have, yeah, I don't know how long this vlog will be, but I have read a lot of bad books. Let's call it that. It's really sick how many bad books I have read. So let's just talk a little bit about what I have read for these 24 hours. So first I finished The Infinite Sea, and I give it 4 stars. Oh, I have finished another one that we will talk briefly about too. So yeah, The Infinite Sea, 4 stars. Really liked it. Then we read We'll Always Have Summer, 1 star. Didn't like it. Elixir, 3 stars. No, 3.5 stars, I think. 3? Oh, The Infinite Sea, 3.5. And then Elixir, 3 stars. Before, 1 star. Anne of Avonlea, 4 stars. And then I have finished The Last Star, which is the last book. The 5th wave season. The 5th wave series. I gave it 2 stars. I really don't know what to say about this book. It wasn't totally bad, but I don't know. It was a disappointment, kind of, especially the ending. I don't really know what to say because it is spoilers, but I need to get it off my chest. So let's talk spoilers. So basically, Cassie, the main character, sacrifices herself to basically destroy where the aliens are. I feel like I am going to say this. That itself is not my main problem. I feel like the main problem is that I don't have any emotional impact, like emotional connection with these characters. And that again makes it that she sacrifices herself makes me feel nothing. That is like one thing, like in the Maze Runner, like the Death Cure. What happens to Newt destroyed me because I felt like I had a like emotional connection with a lot of these characters. I didn't have that in the Fifth Wave series. I don't feel like I have that emotional connection, and that makes me, I didn't care about the ending. It kind of made me angry, and I feel like it did the same in Allegiant. I got angry because I have to say also in Allegiant, if she had just left it at that, but then she goes on to write this small chapter that happens years after and just made me even angrier. But the Fifth Wave, I didn't have a connection, and it was just like, yeah, didn't like the characters. I was kind of annoyed with a lot of the characters. Overall, it just got sad, and I just felt like Sam, which is Cassie's little brother, I just didn't feel like, I just felt like he basically kind of liked Ben more. And then once Cassie sacrifices herself, it's just, I just didn't feel like he cared that much. He cared, but he didn't care that much. I mean, if my sister had sacrificed herself, I would be destroyed, and I just didn't feel like that. But yeah, that was kind of it. I don't have anything else to say. So I hope you like this video. It's probably not the best one, but I hope you like this video, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye!